and welcome back. Today is the last day that the cattle are going to be in there. We're bringing them home today. So all these commercials and these heifers, and there's a few weanlings that I have left, and then these heifers are going. The second lot of reactors were valued there yesterday, so just have to hear back on that, and they'll probably go by the end of the week. This video will be out Friday. Hopefully they'll go by the end of the week. So just need to set up a few gates. Just when we're valuing them, we had the scales here, so he wanted to use the scales, so we used the scales and give you a better indication of their weight. So we just had these gates here yesterday where the first lot of reactors went yesterday, so we just had these gates here and we were setting it up here for, where the lorry backed into the door. Sometimes he backed in, sometimes he used to back into the crush there, but it's quite awkward out there. There's really not enough room, so we just get them to back to the door and we put up a couple of gates, and we run them through the crush and then up. It's sort of handier that way. So yeah, I just need to take these scales out, set up a few gates, and just get about 10 or 11 cows into that pen and just ready to go. There's probably going to be 3 loads, I'd say. 2.5 loads of cows, and just those heifers then as well. Hopefully we do it in 3 load. If there's going to be an extra 1 or 2 or whatever, I can bring them in the trailer later on. But yeah, we'll do a grass, we'll walk around. Actually meant to get to it before the cows went out, but like when we go home today, after all the cattle are out, we'll go around and do a grass valuation, or not a valuation, assessment. And we'll just see. There's actually a good bit of grass now, and the fact that I'm down nearly half my cattle probably won't be too bad. But like, I've had to change things around. So like there's 2 sets, a mixture of 2 sets of cattle in one where the cows will be. So I just might have to let them into a meadow field to save. I don't know. I'll just have to see how things go. I might just have to put them into one meadow field if grass gets tight. But and then I'll have the heifers up under the yard, in the field under the yard, where normally they'd be down at the road a good bit away. And down the road is sort of a bit of rough area. It's boggy, a bit of a rough ground, and it can't be mowed for silage or anything like that. So what I might do is when we're finished tattooing, when we tattoo the chevet lambs, that'll be done. I might have to move the ewes and lambs down there, and then maybe cut where the sheep are. So just change things around anyway. But anyway, we'll get this done here for the minute and get it set up for the lorry. Bringing the cattle home. This is the second load. We'll just show them going out. Have some down there. Have 1 load out. We've 1 more load to do where it'll be a split load. I'll show that then as well. But they'll be glad of the grass because it's been a long winter. I've been feeding them since last August, and I won't put you on a ref.
Stand out of the way.
What? What? Have their arses to it too.
Yeah, I know.
19. Fuck me. Come on, where's the bull? The bull left. I'm not going in after him. Come on, up. Yeah, fucker. Come on. Come on. Is he coming? Come on, up.
Hello.
Oh, I think the others will fit alright. Well, maybe have a look in the pen, see what you think. They're not that big. Easy. Easy. Shh. Come on, oops. Oops. Up. Up, up, up. Shh. Up. Up. Easy, easy. Shh. Up. Come on. Good girls. Come on. Good girls. Good girls. Shh. Come on. Good girls. Oops. Come on. Good girls. Shh, shh, shh. Come on. Good girls. Oops. Just at home here where I said I'd do a bit of a grass assessment. But I'm in this field here just under the yard where I just put some heifers that I was going to be bulling in November, and then the last of the Wainlands that didn't go. Like, I think there's only 11 here, and there's a couple of small lads, but like the grass situation there is it's quite good. It's quite good. Now the only thing is I spread dung on it when there was no grass, thinking you know, it was the dung I spread was a little bit strawy, and I said, look, anything will bring on the grass. But the thing is, with the situation with TB now and changing things around, that potentially I could have been cutting this, and I won't be able to cut it now because there's just too much straws in the grass. But like, this potentially could get away on me now because as I say, there's only 11 here. There was meant to be cows and calves and the bull, but they're out the back. So I don't measure grass. Like, I haven't got a grass measuring thing. You have a fair idea with I'll tell you what there is. What's growing is the feckin' docks. The field is covered in docks. It's covered in them, and like now it's been a few years since it was sprayed, but this field has been sprayed a couple of times for docks. They just keep coming back. Yeah, now in fairness, if I ate it bare with sheep, it would probably get rid of them. But I'm just not in a situation to graze it with sheep at the minute. So I just whether you can see there or not now. The cattle are there. They could just go AWOL now because today is the first day they've been out in the field, and they could just go AWOL with me walking down. So I'll just see how it goes. Hey pets. There's just one or two, I won't say wild, but sort of iffy lads here. So especially with their first day in the field, I'm surprised they haven't gone to the far ditch already. But that red one there on the outside, that's the pedigree shorthorn one that my wife owns. And apart from the real small lads, there's a small lad lying down, another lad there. Apart from the real small lads, the rest were heifers that I was going to be keeping. But, or sorry, that lad that's lying down at the back is a bullock that he was down in the bottom shed. Remember, I was fattening him because he was bad on his front legs. So I'll just wait, I'll leave him here. Oh, that's not him actually. He's lying down there in the middle. Sorry, I got muddled up. But there's a couple here, that one and the bullock lying down at the back there. Really need to go into the shed really and be fattened to go to the factory. But I'll probably just leave them here with others until I'm finished, till I test the next time and just see how I go the next time in the test. And I'll leave them here till then. Like, should be able to nearly pet. Hey Pat. Like, she's real quiet. Hey Pet. Hey Pet. Now, I didn't think I'd be able to do that. Pet her in the field. This is the first day they've been out, so I did not think that. But having one like that in the batch makes the others just a bit quieter, you know. Like, there's a brown one there, and like, she'd be gone to the feckin' other end of the field, you know. So I'm glad now. Now this one's, I forget what age she is, but like, she's small, but like, you could feckin' lie on her back. She, you know, she's too well conditioned, you know what I mean? Like, she doesn't need that grass. But anyway, she's here. The plan would have been, she would have been out with the cows at the back there with no bull for the summer. That's what I was going to do with her, but as I say, the plans are gone up in the air. But anyway, that's just the grass situation in this field where these are. I'm going to go out to the cows now and I'll just show you what that is. Just to show you there now, I've walked over to the other side of the field and they've all followed me over. So just to show you that, they've just followed me over to the other side where they've settled down. They really have settled after the few hours. In a field here now, just at the back of the yard, and it's where I actually feed the cows in the autumn. There's the 3 feeders. I'd be feeding them there in the winter time and up there and all, and the yard is there. That's where we come in out of the yard, and I'd be driving across this field. To get down to the other field. So like, this field is usually in a mess, but it was that bad in a mess. Was it 2 years ago? My dad has a grubber, one of them grubbers, and I just tried to level it out a bit, and I just went around with, I think it was a bag of grass seeds, and I just threw it out by hand, and it helped the patches come back. But like, the grass is, it's only middling now, it's only middling here, but I'll just go out to the cows here. Like, this is where I have the cows, and just to tell you the way things have messed up is that, like, I have the Charlie bull here because I need my spring calving cows to go back in calf, and I have empty pedigree Simmental cows here as well. Just have to keep them all together because the way the testing is, I can't keep them apart now, the way things have gone. So if I happen to get a calf out of a pedigree cow, I'd rather a calf now than nothing. So that's just the way I'm running it at the minute. But there's a couple of empty cows need to go, but they all seem content now. They've settled. Like, there's spring calving cows. I have a creep feed down at the back of my dad's house for calves, so I need to bring that up, and I'll start giving them a few nuts or a bit of meal. But they all seem fine now, and the grass situation is, like, just put my hand in, like, it's fairly good. But like, what, there's 25 cows left here, so they wouldn't be long munching it down. And then, like, I've another, there's sort of a block here, but I have it split in two. There's probably about 15 acres in the whole thing, and this is where I try to keep the cows until they calve. And then if it gets a bit bare running up to calving, I don't mind so much because you're keeping them a bit tighter. And then you start feeding them. But like the cows are extremely poor conditioned with me this year. I've never ever had them as poor as they are now. And it's down to a lot of factors. Like I started feeding the cows last summer due to the drought in August, and like I'd always have a heap of aftergrass after the silage to put my cows and calves on for the autumn calving cows, and I had none last year. So like I was feeding the whole way through from August, plus then they were lying on the slats with calves dragging out of them, and like I know exactly what's wrong. So if I'm left with any cows, by the end of the summer, we're going to have to, like, that one's extremely bad. It's terrible bad for me. I've never ever had cows as bad as conditioned as this. And as for injury on the slats as well, I've never had as many that were carrying legs, back legs and all injured on the slats. So I think if I'm left with any cows, doesn't matter what the cost of meal is, I'm going to have to give them meal all next winter, because the effects of this will carry on for a few years, I think. So regardless of the cost of meal, they'll just have to be fed to try get them back up. And then hopefully by next year's calving, if I've any cows left, by next year's calving, you'd have your cows back where they need to be. So I know if they get a month on grass, they'll probably turn inside out, but still, the effects of that from last August until now, like it's a long time, would be very severe on them, very severe. So anyway, that's just sort of an update on the grass, and like they seem very content. They're all very content now, and like they're only moved in here today. So and that one actually needs our feet paired. The plan was to pair every cow's foot there before we tested, but then I said I'd wait till after the testing, and then just the way things went with TB, there's no point in pairing their feet and then they're going to the factory. So I'm just going to wait until we test the next time and see where we stand before I start doing, like, there is maybe 1 or 2 or 3 that I'll just have to get done, because that one's extremely bad. She's extremely bad. So they're certainly not going to thrive if they've bad feet, and you're going to have fertility problems then as well. So anyway, that's just the grass update for the minute. Like, you've seen where the sheep are, and I've updated you on the grass situation up there. So it's not too bad. It's not brilliant, but it's just coming on. They're okay. A few lick buckets left over for the cows, and I wouldn't normally maybe be giving them lick buckets at this time, but because their condition's so bad, I said I'll throw out. There's just one. I have another one in the Jeep, and I'm going to throw it down there. But as you can see yourself, the condition of some of them are just not good. It's not good. So I'm not going to feed them up now, because if I am left with some anyway, they'll be calving, and I don't want them too good for calving. So look, we'll see how they go on the grass. I'll give them a few lick buckets, and then if I'm left with cows and they calve, I'll probably start feeding them a bit of meal from the time they calve right through the whole winter. I know maybe that work out a bit expensive, but like, cows won't rear calves the way they are, you know what I mean? And you'll have fertility problems, and you'll have feed problems, and you'll have every problem. So the only way is to try and look after them and have them right. I've never had them as I said earlier in the video, never had them as bad, and I don't like it. Don't like it. So you have to try and do your best for them. So that's the plan. Even if I'm about a dozen buckets there, I'll give them to them, and as much as they wanted them, I'll give them to them. If I have to order another 20 buckets, I'll do that. And as I say, then come August, I'll be starting to calve in August if I'm left with cows. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. Actually, I want to bring, probably later on today, I want to bring the creep feeder in here for them calves, them baby calves. But like they're liking that. They're definitely liking that. Like there's a couple of them, some of them spring calves there. They're nice lads. Like there's a cow now, and she's in great condition, but she's empty. You know what I mean? But because she's such a good cow, I'm going to give her a chance, you know what I mean? But like, it's not the lack of condition that's wrong with her, you know. So but like some of them spring calves are quite good. They're all after the Charlie bull. So anyway, we'll throw out this other bucket, and like there's the Charlie bull there now. He's held his condition not too bad over the winter as well. He's just losing his hair there at the minute. But yeah, we'll throw out this other bucket. Just have this creep feed here, just have to. It's handy because the gate part folds up over it if you're just say you're feeding bulls or feeding older cattle. It works as a truck, and at least the meal won't get wet in it. So, oh, there's a pin gone out of there. I'll have to go back. I'll have to go back to where I got it and check if there's a pin. I may just put the camera down for a second just till I get this down, or actually look, I'll leave it there. Oops, just fell. Oh yeah, the pin goes in there, so that needs to be up a bit. Yeah, I need to go back. I'll go back down the Jeep after and see where's the other pin. I'd say the cattle rubbed it out. But anyway, I'd say that's probably going to be the end of this video, because it actually has gone on quite long, where I've been just talking about grass and different things and where the cattle are, just talking about different things. So we didn't get to the fencing in this one, but we definitely will the next time, because I just lent out my post driver, and I think it's coming back tomorrow. So yeah, good man Richie has it. So it's coming back, but he can have it once I've done a day's work with it. He can have it back again. I just need to do a bit, and even around the fences around here where the cows are, where we put the stakes in with the digger, when we had the digger, that all needs to be stapled up. So look, I know I keep promising these videos. Next Tuesday's video will definitely be fencing, and there's loads more different things to come, and we'll be getting machines ready for grass, and maybe we have a new grass machine coming, maybe. So stay tuned for that. Yeah, so look, that's the end of this video, and again, thanks very much for watching. Give it a like, please give it a like, and if you haven't hit the subscribe button, please hit the subscribe button, and we'll catch you at the next one.